It's crunch time. Man, I was in the middle of sitting down.
Sorry, I had to sit down.
I just realized...
That I need a glasses cleaner?
No. I realized that I have part of the monitor in the shot. So when I got out of bed and I walked an admittedly short distance, because it's pretty close now to the bedroom, and I was turning things on, and the camera was faced like it was not in the right place.
Huh.
And I could not remember if we had moved it to try and get by, or if perhaps Kepler somehow moved it. But it seemed kind of unlikely that he would have done it. But it was faced like the wrong direction. I was like, oh, I need to fix this. And when I go to fix this, typically, like the way in which I can try and get it in the correct spot is that the section between the two pillows and the Stream Deck, if I can get both of those to appear center screen, then I'm like, all right, I feel like I have the camera in the right spot. But clearly that is not where the camera was previously, because the monitor was not in shot before. It's not really bothering me that much. We could fix it by moving the coffee table like 2 inches, but...
What's on my bread? This is kiwi jam that I made like in April and froze.
Anyway, stuff's gonna move anyway. I made that sound at some point, in my life. You're welcome. Are you proud of me? Do my sounds make you proud? All right. Okay, we'll start reading stuff in a minute. How's everybody's weekend? Was it all right? We've been busy.
So busy we almost forgot it was a Tuesday when we set our alarm last night.
Please only speak for yourself. I was aware that it was Tuesday, but I have my thing. You must not do this. Do you have your alarm set up by day? Because mine, okay, so when I go to bed on Monday nights, it automatically sets my alarm for breakfast stream, so like I'm not gonna miss breakfast stream. It ain't gonna happen. Oh man, there's some nice stuff. It's rained for the first time ever in Southern California. I went up a lot. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. A lot of people played a lot of Xenoblade, which is completely fair. Actually, so I've talked about it before. My buddy Seth lives up in Rocky Mount, which is about an hour away, and once we moved here, like we don't know anybody here, and all of our friends are either still back in Myrtle Beach or spread throughout the country. But Seth is an hour away, and we'd already met up with him for dinner. But on Sunday we went to Durham, to the, what was it called? Durham Food Hall?
That was a place.
And they were doing it was kind of like a swap meet type thing. A bunch of vendors were there to just sell video games. So there was probably like 15 or so vendors in this food hall place, and the three of us just looked around and just to see what was there. We did get some. I think we bought an original DS game. Anyway, my point in connecting that to Xenoblade is that Seth is a huge Xenoblade nerd, and he had, like, the game had only been out. Like, this was Sunday morning that we went.
It came out Friday.
Yeah, it came out Friday. This was Sunday morning, and I was like, "How many hours do you have in Xenoblade?" He was like, 25. And I was like, he's like, I didn't have anything going on this weekend. Fair.
Yeah.
Completely fair. All right, let's read a few things, and then we'll talk about what our weekend was like.
Besides that part?
So tasty you won't ask questions. Tiny Eddie's earthy steak and brisket puffs.
I feel really strongly we've never had that before. I feel really strongly that is either new or... I don't think I've ever seen that one. Chaz says there's some new Eddie sentences. Yeah, that's definitely... It's a good one. So Tiger. Hi, grandparents. This week I started med school, so this will be the last breakfast stream I catch live. What does Eddie have for me in celebration? Well, I'm sad to see you go, but I'm excited for med school.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So I wish you well in that endeavor. Enjoy earthy steak and brisket puffs.
You could do that though.
That's a pork rind. Is that not a pork rind? It's basically a pork rind. How do they get all this flavor in a pork rind?
Don't ask questions.
Give me the bird.
You don't need to know. Yeah, okay, it's technically a beef rind, right? It's a beef rind. We got 32 months from Ninji. 300 bits from Arpiga. It says, got done with my move this weekend, but not without a little drama. 2 hours before my scheduled time, U-Haul informed me that the truck I'd reserved had been stolen, and there were no other trucks available. I eventually found a Penske rental nearby, but I'm left with the question of why someone would steal a U-Haul of all things. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I guess that happens.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like the likelihood of that happening is low. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure that it does happen, and you just got really unfortunate. Yeah, like Vagabond says, maybe they hoped it was full. Maybe. Or like, would it still count as stolen if someone like rents a U-Haul and then just doesn't return it? Is that, I mean,
yeah, but I think that wasn't the case here.
Okay, yeah.
Because it would have had to have been in their lot, ready for Arpiga for the next morning.
That's true, because if it was 2 hours before, yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know, that just sucks, because that puts you in a terrible position where you're like, I've got to figure this out. Anyway, I'm glad you at least got it. You took care of it, but, you know, through a completely different channel. We got 31 months from Chill Days, 39 from Mitsashi09, 27 from Molad, 23 from Cabry29. 40 bits from Radio Dread says, haven't been able to attend streams in a week. Good to be back. Happy Tuesday and August.
It's Hobonichi preview month, and I can't believe it.
Mal's very excited. Mal
it's
also
August.
Mal said
already.
It is a little weird because I walked into Mal's room and she's like, look, you know, they're going to be revealing the new Techos next month. And I was like, that can't be right. Like, you just got one. And she's like, yeah, last year. And I was like, no. It's like 3 months ago? 4 months ago, final offer.
Did I tell you the big news, though, they revealed yesterday?
That the whole lineup?
Yeah.
The whole lineup is in English now.
The A5, which is about like this big of a book, was in English, and that was the only one. But now the cousin, which is the A6, it's about this big. It's like double the size when you open it. That's going to be in English, and the Techo Weeks, which is a weekly planner, will be in English as well.
Yeah.
So...
If anyone was thinking about getting into any sort of journaling, this is probably finally the year to do it, because any product that you would have wanted from Hobonichi,
there's only one that isn't.
Is English. Oh, there's still one that's not?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, I suppose maybe the day free isn't, but the 5-year isn't.
Oh, okay. That's the thing you use.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
No. You don't get the quotes on the bottom.
Like,
that's
you write it. You write it, so it doesn't matter what language the book is in. It just has little quotes and stuff, so.
Armored Frog, I have theories on that, too. They stopped making the Tomoe River paper. Like, the company that makes it isn't Hobonichi. They just buy it and use it in their planners.
Yeah.
So that company shut down. So this is the first year where they're going to have something new.
Oh, I bet that'll be a big deal for...
Yeah, it is.
We'll call them journal heads. For journal heads, I'm assuming that's the correct term.
Planner addicts?
Sure. Because, like, that's kind of the whole thing, right? Is the paper.
Yeah,
So
it's
it'll
the
be
paper.
it'll be interesting if they've changed the paper, what that'll be like. Anyway. All right. 16 months from Alien Whale, 28 from Shark Me, 41 from Penguin Frog, 62. Sorry.
Skanork went in time to be at 62 months.
Skanork from the future, 62. That's 26. 26 months. 12 from Darth Amius. That's a 1. Congrats on 1. 22 months from Colton KP. 35 months from RunT.exe. 500 bits from Genesis, who said, I had my first business trip last week. It was good, and my boss and I got a lot done.
Cool.
I mean, that's basically exactly what you want from a business trip. You want it to be good, and you want to get stuff done.
Morning, Popsky.
No complaints there.
Your
Morning.
song is playing.
There's a fair bit of Popsky songs in
Yeah.
the music library.
I'm always amused, though.
It is funny. Yeah, it does tend to happen, right? If Popsky shows up, it's like, yeah, of course, when are we playing? I forget exactly how many songs we have in the music library. It's like 35, 3,800.
The neighbors will be crawling when you eat Tiny Eddie's bronze buddies.
Why will
Because
they be?
bronze is heavy. And then they can only move by crawling.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a bit from Leaf. It says, morning, grandparents. Hope everyone is doing well. Also, do me a cursed one. Bronze buddies. The neighbors will be crawling.
I assume you can still get things bronzed. You used to be able to send away. Like, it was very common to send away baby shoes to get them bronzed. And then they come back basically as a statue.
Because they have never been worn?
No, just to, like, commemorate.
The fact that they were never worn? No, that's something different. Sorry. I can't think of baby shoes and not think of for sale baby shoes. Never worn. Because baby shoes are adorable. They are the whole baby thing. Let me clarify. Like, so my understanding of babies and toddlers and small children is that they grow at like a fairly like wild rate. And what I mean is that when I go into my closet, I have shirts that I have owned for 15 years. And like a baby can't own a shirt for 15 years. A baby may only be able to own a shirt for like 15
A baby's
days.
only a baby for a little bit.
They grow so quick. Because like I've been basically the same size for like a long time. And a baby couldn't possibly be the same size for as long as I've been the same size. Anyway, thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Ooh, child.
This has got about like a lot of clothes for children.
Yeah.
No Void picnic is complete without Tiny Eddie's Tabasco Grahams.
A void picnic is what you do when you're watching Stephen Amell play Breath of the Wild live on Twitch. That was 1,000 bits from James EP. Says, it's teachers in service for me this week. What should I bring for lunch, Eddie? Tabasco Grahams. I mean, that's not... Like, that's clearly, like, some level of insane product, but it's, you know, it's not made of emu or dump truck or whatever whatever Eddie has decided on in the past. That's a Tabasco-flavored graham cracker, which I think there'd probably be several folks here that'd be like, yeah.
In high school, my
I'd do
friends
that.
made Tabasco cookies.
You've told me about that, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never tried such a thing.
Me neither.
I'd be willing to try, but like...
My friends would get together and bake. There was one time we all made different desserts, and I made a New York cheesecake. Someone made cookies.
That seems It seems difficult. Is
cheesecake?
It, yeah, is
No.
it difficult? No.
No.
Okay. I've
always wanted to make one again because it was good.
I think I associate the density of the food with the difficulty, which is it's an incorrect correlation.
It is.
You know, so if someone makes something really thick, really heavy, I'm like, that's the hardest thing that anyone's ever
Chaz,
made.
do you like cheesecake? Would it be worth it for me to make one for Extra Life? Because I want to make one, but I don't want a whole cheesecake around. Bless you. Because you can really only eat a thin slice.
God.
Does
Yeah.
Jeff?
Everyone likes cheesecake. He said, knowing for sure that not everyone liked cheesecake. Cheesecake.
Disagree. Okay, I'll make one then.
I'm definitely with Mal. Like, I like cheesecake, but I have to have a very thin slice.
Like this wide on the back end of the wedge.
At most.
And then
At most. It's hard to get through. It's really it's so rich. It's so rich. Now I can do a pretty big slice of chocolate cake, but Jess says you can have a thicker slice if you eat only cheesecake for dinner. It's fair. And with how many calories are in a slice of cheesecake, it is an entire meal.
it is.
It is. And it hits all of the important food groups like crust and cake. I haven't had cheesecake in a while. Anyway, 500 Bits of Maldo says, so Steven, did you ever let that kitten Roland got you out of its box? I know that there was definitely some curiosity
Of what the box was.
of what the box was. We did open it, and I think it would be more fun if I don't tell you on breakfast stream. I think it'd be more fun if you watch the vlog and then you find out what was in it. So, but spoilers, it was not a live animal.
Coffee!
There's only a slight worry that it's a live animal. 300 bits from Slick Duke. He says, while visiting my parents in southwest Missouri, I saw a billboard for Buc-ee's 542 miles away in Tennessee. So my question, is it worth a 1,000 plus mile round trip? So, you know, I guess that you would, that's like a subjective question, right? Like, if you were to ask a Buc-ee's fan, which I believe they're called Buckheads, if you were to ask a Buckhead, then they might start to say, you know, possibly. But the correct objective answer is no.
Lunar Pearl. What?
Yeah. Yeah. You're emphasizing, but well, that's the name of the story. Anyway, no. The answer is no.
They put one on I-95 near Florence, South Carolina. And when we lived in Myrtle Beach, it was like 90 minutes one way. So it was like 3-hour round trip. And even then we didn't go.
Yeah, I mean, so don't get me wrong, like, Vagabond, that is wild. It's wild to me. Don't get me wrong, Buc-ee's is an experience. And for those who are not aware, Buc-ee's is a gas station chain where there are like 300, this is not an exaggeration, 300 pumps on the outside, and then the actual convenience store portion is roughly the size of a Walmart. So like it's
Not a super Walmart. Regular Walmart. A neighborhood Walmart.
That part literally does not matter. Anyway, it's a large store. It was a Tuesday. It's a large store. And if you are going somewhere and it's on the way, I would absolutely stop. I would absolutely stop. But would I drive 1,000 miles? Like, no way. Whoa, no way. We were just having a conversation about this in the Discord with a few other folks about like how far would you drive and for what purpose? And because I had mentioned that there was a burger place here that's really good. And someone said, well, is it worth driving, X distance? And it's, obviously these things are subjective. I think if you can go somewhere to make a day of something, like if you can stack up enough interesting things in a location, then yeah, it might start to become worthwhile to go somewhere and to eat something. But like, it's a thing. Renee says we are debating driving 3 hours for Culver's. We are making it a family trip. Is that so? And that gets into the same territory. Like 3 hours for Culver's, 3 hours round trip, or 3 hours one way. 3 hours one way is not worth it.
It used to be 4 hours one way to Charlotte, right? 3.5.
It was like three and a half. Yeah.
I mean, we did that for IKEA a few times. But
Yeah.
then we'd be like, okay, well, let's also go to Culver's and we'll have a nice place for dinner.
3 hours for the take 6. Listen, it was a long time ago, and mapping software is better now. It's not a big deal. It's fine. Anyway, yeah, I think that every restaurant, like if you truly want to experience something in life and it's in a location that is not your own, then yeah, I think that it's fun to set out and drive and try things. But depending on the distance, especially with like right now with gas being what it is, you kind of have to like add more things. It's like, well, I want to go to this restaurant. Like, what else is in the area? I want to experience this. And if they don't have anything, then you just like tack on like a zoo. You're like, do they have a zoo? Go into the zoo. Or a aquarium, which is a zoo for the water.
Fish.
It's a fish zoo. Why don't we call them fish zoos?
Because that sounds silly.
It does not, and it's less letters. We could also call a zoo a land aquarium. Moist zoo. I like moist zoo. I think I still like fish zoo better, but moist zoo is fun and a little difficult to say. Anyway, 14 months from Joe WTG, 34 months from Platinum Pikachu, 23 from Akana 18, 5 from Mex Luigi, 500 bits from One Weird Cat says, my boyfriend got the job he was hoping for. Have these good vibes to everyone else trying to escape a bad work situation.
Awesome.
Nice. I mean, that's, that is the hope. Is if someone is, if someone's trying to get out of something that is bad, either because they genuinely dislike it or the work situation is like
Toxic.
Yeah, is a bad work situation. I hope that they can get out of it. And I'm glad your boyfriend did. I hope other folks, sharing those good vibes. We got some gift subs this morning. Thanks, Sinistar Man. 5 milk bombs to Redmaster 911, Miss Jackie Lynn, One King of the Nerds, Please the Cheese, and Rad is Not Dead. Sinistar, appreciate it. Very kind of you this morning.
Careful. He is out of it.
He's tired. He's very tired.
Careful, come snuggle.
Not even lifting his head.
Not even looking. Careful. There he goes. Come on.
You up here?
Come on.
You up here? Come here. Come up here.
snuggle.
Come up here. Come up here. Come up here.
Come on.
Come here.
Kippy.
Come here.
Kippy.
Right here. Jump. He's not moving. 22 months from River TW. 25 from Evar. 10 months from Svandera. 500 bits of Minecrafting Live with the TS John. Who? Star Rain. Armored Frog gifted the sub to Thomas, the TS John take. We get 300 bits from Gold Mage, who says, Interplanet Janet, she's a galaxy girl. A solar system whiz from a future world. She travels like a comet with a rocket team, but there's never been a planet Janet hasn't seen. First is the sun, it's a lot of fun. It's a hotspot, it's a gas.
Do you
Hydrogen,
know that song?
no. Hydrogen and helium in a big, bright, glowing mass. It's a star, so Janet got its autograph. I kind of read that in a very William Shatner song way. No, I've never heard that. Yeah, the Shatner take is because it never at one point clicked, but I don't believe I know that.
Well, there hasn't been a planet Janet hasn't seen.
Never heard that. It's Schoolhouse Rock. So as far as I know, I've only ever seen the one Schoolhouse Rock with the bill. I'm just a bill. I'm on Capitol Hill. That's the end of this song. Show is short and not long. And that's it. Like, I'm aware...
You don't know Conjunction Junction?
Oh, wait, I do know that one. Okay, I know 2. I feel very strongly I don't know more than 2. I think that's it. I think I've only heard the 2. Someone will mention another one. I'll be like, 3. Just 3. Only 3. I think it is 2. 47 months from DC20 will save. 17 months from Sinistar Man. 39 months from Destin Lee. 32 months from Sakura Celica. And 300 bits from Sinistar says, a fine North Carolina good morning to my favorite breakfast people. Been starting the day right with Earthbound music and cursed images. Fun vibes. I like cursed images. I also like Earthbound music. I've been known to dabble just a little bit. I got to tell you, I've been hoping that by the time that we did the breakfast stream this morning, that we would have had like more shelves up, because I really sincerely thought we'd get shelves up.
Well, we really sincerely thought that my painting would be done on Saturday.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. What's the next Rock Candy CD? Deep Cuts.
Give me the bird.
500 from Danny X6 says, I know I'm preaching to the choir, but my goodness, trying to get any medical related thing done is awful. It should have been a simple week-long process. 1 month and so many phone calls later, it's finally done. Yeah, sounds about right. Anything that should take a day takes a week. Anything that should take a week takes a month. Anything that should take a month
is 6 months.
Good luck. Yep, that sounds exactly right.
Watch out for that pelican.
Are you a pelican or a pelicant?
Safe place.
Knowing which way to turn your hand is impossible.
Towards my head.
I know, but it's just... It's like he's going off a little diving board. Jump, little buddy. You can fly. Do it. Sorry, the bird alert is the gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, Danny, I'm glad that it's finally in progress. But yeah, I'm not surprised. Basically, the sentiment there is like, I'm not surprised to hear that at all. 27 months from Buthery Inkling. And Jill Days gifted a sub to Nightbot. Thank you. So, for those that were not aware, on Friday, in lieu of doing Pokemon, we did a stream for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which was fun, I thought, just for the fact that, like...
I enjoyed it.
So the game is genuinely good. But the other thing is that it's fun to do something that you're really not deeply connected to the series. It's fun for me to do something like that where, like, I haven't played
all of 1 and none of 2.
I think it's understandable. I've played like an hour-ish of the first game, so I've played very, very little. So to be able to jump into the third one, I think that's fun because it allows me to kind of judge it based on its merits and not from the series. I don't have to compare it to the series. And it's fun. It does feel, like 1.
Yeah.
I imagine 2 feels the same. Yeah, there are some things I know about Xenoblade. One of them is that, in the first game you play as Minato Steve. So we did that stream on Friday. And at the end of the stream, Mal revealed that she was doing a Xenoblade painting. and she was about 20 so hours into the painting and was 90% done with the painting. It was very reasonable for us then to say, well, this will be out Saturday, and if not Saturday, then Sunday. Of course, today is Tuesday, and the painting is only now coming out. It's going to be coming out.
It's uploaded, and so is Redbubble. And
It'll be out shortly after breakfast stream. So if you're interested in seeing the video or putting in a bid, that'll be today. And so you may be wondering, how does one get 90% of the way and then not be able to release it? And it's that Mal got 90% of the painting done, and then there has been like another 10 hours.
Yeah.
Which happens sometimes. It's one of the worst things to happen when you're working on a painting.
Yeah.
Where you get really, really far and you're like, wow, this went really well. And then all of a sudden, like the last 10% that you have to paint takes
I think I had
almost half as long as the rest of the video.
I had sent a photo to my friend Caitlin, and I was like, there's still time for me to mess this up. And then sure enough, I wanted to repaint something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fine. It's July's painting. It's coming out on August 2nd. And there's been times where things have come out much further along than that. So it'll be out today. And Mal will get the full version out, I would hope, by the next few days.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Anyway, so look forward to that. And it is, I mean, it's a great painting. It looks really nice. But that held us up. We had already made plans on, before you were ever showed that on Friday, we had plans on Sunday, but we were thinking, like, certainly that'll all be done. Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly. So, yeah, it's exciting. And Chaz has got a link. If you somehow have not yet subscribed to Mal's YouTube channel, I recommend it. You should do so, because you'll get it in your feed later today.
Are you subscribed?
I am subscribed.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm like 99% sure. Yeah, it's do you watch and like the video? That's the real question. Man,
Do you comment?
I gotta tell you something. We've made a slightly more concentrated effort to give a like audible
Call to action?
yeah, that's what it's called. A call to action on like Stephen and Friends videos. I know that probably feels weird, but like we were literally told by like the YouTube partner manager. They were like, we have like evidence, we have data that folks that have a call to action that are like, hey, subscribe if you haven't, hit like if you haven't, like those, that there is actual upticks in those things. And I'm like, all right. Okay. So yeah, it's true. If you are someone who watches our normal stuff on any of the channels, I mean, if you're not subscribed, like do that, because that's helpful. But like seriously, if you can remember to click like, it actually is, it does something. It's not just for the benefit of seeing a fun animation. Yeah, we've been trying to gently remind folks, even though we've been making videos for like 10 years and haven't talked about it ever. I've been like, hey, I hate to be a bother, but can you click that, because we're being asked to tell you to do that. So thanks everybody, and you can take that information with you to every other video on the internet too.
Fill your family's bags with Tiny Eddie's typical plastic buddies.
Fill your family's bags with other bags. So that was a bit from Colin. Hey, Eddie and grandparents, can I have some good vibes? I have my first real interview later today. Yeah, good vibes. What you do is you fill some plastic bags with some other plastic bags. You just keep them in your pocket. So while you move around during the interview, there will be a rustling. And the interviewers will want to hire you because they're going to want to find out what that rustling was. Steve and George's interview tips.
Coffee.
this has been the first in a long line of interview tips.
And also the last. There have been some interesting interviews I've had.
It won't be my last. Okay.
I'm sure we've told...
You gotta elaborate a little bit
I'm sure
more.
we've told the story about the lady asking if I brought a bribe for them.
Oh, yeah. Mal brought... The abridged version of that story is Mal...
Had my purse.
Had her purse, which was It was an artsy purse.
Yes.
But, like, it was just her purse. She carries a purse and went into the interview with a purse. And then halfway through the interview, the person that was doing the interview was like, looked at Mallory's purse and was like, I see that you've brought a gift for us. And Mallory was like, that's my purse. That's my purse. I don't know you.
I didn't get that job.
Yeah. It's such a wild... That is a wild story. Like, I guess that maybe that's just a thing that's occurred before for them, so they were looking forward to... Andrew, I did bring a gift. It's me! I am the gift to your company. Hello! Thomas, pro tip, bring a bribe and get the job.
Thunderstriker says, I don't think you wanted that job. No, I'm glad I didn't get it. And yeah. The person that did get that job, I don't think they lasted very long.
Andrew says, a very cordial mugging. Marvel says, I'm literally in the middle of watching anti-bribery training at work right now. Yeah, it's... And, like, the thing is, you know that this sort of stuff is probably happening to some degree everywhere. And whether or not... It's on both levels. Whether or not the interviewer is expecting it and is literally asking for it, or the interviewee is bringing it to places at the interview. Yeah, which one works? You know, depending on where you are, it might. But it's also, it seems a little risky.
Yeah. Because
if it doesn't work, it's probably definitely going to bar you from getting the position.
Yeah.
I would say definitely yes. Because it's either going to jive with the folks, and they're going to be like, bribe's good. We were hoping you'd bring a bribe. Or they're going to be like, oh, I see that you've brought a bribe, and you are no longer eligible for this position. Don says, I tried to get work at Lush once, and someone brought cupcakes to the interview, and I'm fairly sure that's why they got the job. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Lush triggered a key memory in my brain. So I have been a little proud of myself in that I have managed to get vlogs out. For I think
Where's this going?
It's connected to Lush.
Okay.
Hold on. I know what I said. I have managed to get vlogs out. I believe this is the 10th day straight of releasing 2 vlogs every day. So, like, I've been trying to keep up with it. I will go ahead and warn you now that there is going to come a day this week where it stops. Like, just because I'm nearly to that vlog where I shot interview footage with my my dad and his mom, my grandmother, and like that vlog is extremely long and it needs cut down, and like things are going to get really screwed up once I get to that because that's a lot of effort. But I'm proud of myself because I've managed to at least keep it up for 10 days.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel good. And I've been doing all of that at the same time that I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, that's been really great. In addition, I'll have a new Patreon video out today. So for all the patrons that are like, we want to know what's happening, I'll tell you in the Patreon video. Oh, Lush. Sorry, the next vlog that I have to edit today, we go to a Lush. That's it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, Vagabond says, "Did you get bad phone?" I mean,
I got 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Mal. We've never lived close to a Lush, so we went to one, and then Mal bought a thing. And that was it. That's the whole story. I think I may have talked about it already before, but
Stephen is very sensitive to smells.
that's not where I was going, but that is also a true fact. I was just talking about the fact that it was in a mall, and the mall is alive.
Oh.
Not like the building is sentient. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I didn't spend a lot of time there, but it's a mall that was like busy with people, which was just an unusual concept for me because I associate malls with not having people. Malls in America are typically non-existent.
Yeah.
Shells of their former selves. I do associate malls with death. So yeah, it was weird going into a mall that was like
Every store was there. And
every
there
store
were
was
people
there.
in every store.
It was it was absolutely the most people I have seen since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
I was like, there's so many people here. So my first thought is, let's get through this quickly. And then my second thought was like, holy crap, a mall is alive?
Spirit Tomb says, how is the food court? Bumping.
Yeah, like
Every chair filled.
Like you could not find a seat. Yeah, it was wild. You know what's wild is to walk through a mall and like every single kiosk has a line. That's insane. Like every little place to get, you know, a little food, anything, is like 8 people long, if not longer.
They did have an anchor store that was out, but I don't think it went out very long ago. And those are the hardest to replace. Because who wants that much square footage?
It's true. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Jam asked which mall was it?
Anyone, I've seen a few people that are acting as if that's just the typical mall experience. I can assure you that is not. If you live in a place where like there is a mall and it is alive and it is doing well, I can assure you that like statistically speaking, from the as many malls as there are, especially have been, like no, that's not typical. The American mall is on the whole very dead. So to find malls that are like, I mean, alive, like it was like it felt like the mid-90s. It was crazy. It was crazy.
This was Crabtree.
Yeah.
That was the mall.
Yeah, Crabtree Valley.
Yeah.
And there's another mall or two.
There's a few.
There's a few malls in Raleigh.
One got torn down because that's where Epic is putting their new headquarters.
Oh yeah.
They tore it down. They bought it and tore it down. Because it was dead. It was totally empty.
Well, one of the problems is that there was a boom for malls in like the 80s, and some of the malls, like they built multiple malls and then they cannibalized each other. So you've got some areas where like there's still shells of other malls because like they popped up, and then you know you're not going to go to 2. I mean, maybe if you're gonna make a whole day of it, you're going to go to 2 malls. But typically, you're going to choose one. Anyway, where was I? 30 months from Rumblefish90. 8 months from Modest Hermit. 300 bits from Goldmajor says you should get Alex to do the call to action. Also, is it better for you if we're going to watch an entire stream VOD to do it on the VOD channel as opposed to Twitch? Probably. Does it like matter to me? I mean, it's not something I lose sleep over, basically. The VOD channel is there for mostly two purposes. For one, to have a YouTube solution, because a lot of people just really, really hate Twitch's system, which is fair because it's not as good as YouTube's when it comes to watching videos on demand. So it's there for that, and then also it's there just for archival purposes. So if people want to do it on Twitch, that's fine, but they typically want to watch VODs on YouTube, and I believe it is actually better for us. I don't know by how much, but it probably is a little.
Yeah.
Probably to some degree. And also you get chapter markers. That's helpful. We got 43 months from AngeMin85. 300 bits from Elio Hyena, who says, bribing with a clown. Bring an actual clown to an interview and see what happens. Like, hire a clown and don't say anything. Bring the clown with you. This is a Stephen George interview tip. I told you there'd be more than one. You come into the interview, you bring a clown with you, and they go, and you don't acknowledge it at all. At all. You just do your interview. And they're like, what is this? And you're like, what is what? And they're like, what? You brought a clown to the interview? And then you just look around and you go, sorry? And then at some point, if they escalate it to the point of they're not doing the interview, you stand up and you go, you're crazy! And then you walk out of the room. You instruct the clown to stay. The clown stays. Yep. Gaslighting the clown.
Where did Kepi go?
That's the name of the clown, actually, is gaslighting. Where's the clown? I'm sorry, where's the cat? Where's the cat?
I don't know. He blends into this rug.
Yeah. Oh, also, I have a follow-up tip. Is after you leave, have the clown threatening.
Raise your hunger with Tiny Eddie's Pale Vinyl Munchies.
It's a good tip.
Move on.
So anyway, at what point will security
Closing the door.
the fridge? That's a bit from Yami Florence, who says, Eddie, what gift should I bring to my prospective employers? Pale vinyl munchies. Here's maybe a better tip than that. A vinyl record. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
That's a tip.
That could be neat.
You know, just bring what is a famous record. Oh, it's morning and I can't think of any music that has ever been created. What is the Pink Floyd album with the triangle on it? Triangle album. Dark Side of the Moon. That's it. I got there. Sorry, my brain. It's morning and all of the information is like in back here. So it's
in your shoulders. It hasn't moved into your brain yet.
It's coming up. Triangle album. Pink Floyd made the Triangle album. Give it to your employer. Get the job. Triangle album. Anyway, we have to move on. The 300 bits from Starman, who says, Emil appears behind you and says, Malls are alive. I like that. We should make a follow-up to that.
Yeah.
I think next Coliseum, we should definitely do a follow-up to Balls Are Alive, because it's I think it's time. Oh man,
Coffee.
yeah, I can say this. This is fine. This is
You
allowed.
can?
Yeah. I can say this. Can I say this?
No. No.
Okay, I won't. Well, I'll say it in a few weeks. You probably can't. It's good. Sometimes you know information and you're like, "Ooh, this is relevant and fun," and then your wife is like, but are you allowed to share that yet? And it's like, no, I guess. In a few weeks, remind me, and I'll tell you. I was excited. About it. 300 bits from James CP. It says, yes, where is the clown, Stephen? It's in your heart.
You are the clown.
I mean, sometimes you are,
You've
too.
made a lot of the clown noises.
What about yours?
I made like one.
Well, I think it's about time for another one.
No.
Go.
No. I have not had enough caffeine. You can't just inorganically make one.
I disagree.
It has to come from the heart.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a prompt.
No.
I'm gonna give you a prompt.
No. I'm not doing it.
This is for everyone at home, too. A man...
I told you I'm not
You don't have to do it. I'm just giving everyone at home a prompt. A man walks towards... Okay, sorry. I'm coming up with a good thing. It is raining fish. Let's start there. It's raining fish. It has just started raining fish. Someone is walking out of a Costco. It was a Thursday. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. Someone is walking out of a Costco. They're getting to their car. It begins raining fish. Tiny fish, but it's raining fish. They are slimy. It has just begun to rain fish. This person is now running towards their car. And as they open the door, inside of their door is inexplicably, they cannot explain this. The car has been filled.
It's the bizarre head.
Give me a moment. I'm not the car. Inexplicably, the car is filled most of the way with soured milk. So upon opening the door, the soured milk spills out while you are being rained upon with tiny fish. What noise does that evoke? You have to visualize for a moment. You're running through fish rain, right? You're out of the Costco. You've just gotten yourself a few things in your cart. So you're walking, and there's fish. So you have to you see the fish. They're coming down, and you don't know what hits you immediately. So you look down. One is landed on your arm, and you realize it's a tiny fish. It's just immediate, like, oh my God. And you're looking, and people are starting to freak out all around you, and you're thinking, "Oh my God, So you're pushing the cart as quickly, as fast as you can, and you get up to the car. Your windows are tinted, so you're fumbling for your keys, and you're thinking, "There's fish everywhere. There's fish." And then you turn the lock, and as you're doing it, you open the door. There's sour milk. The smell just emanates. It's coming just through the pores of the just. It's awful, and then as the door cracks, it begins to hit first on your ankles and then up and all over your torso as it splashes. What sound comes out? It's just like that. You have to really. So 300 bits from Genesis, who says, "Hey, what's your favorite Pink Floyd album?" "Oh, Triangle album, of course." But the thing is, did people know what I meant? And they did. They totally did.
Strike your hunger with Tiny Eddie's herbaceous oily nuggets.
All food is better when it's described as,
form?
I was going to say, as oily. There's not, and
there's nothing I want that's
there's
oily.
No
except,
food.
No, when you dip the bread in the oil, like Carrabba's.
And that's it.
That's it.
There's not. That's the only thing. There's no other food in the world that I'm like, can you just make it like a little more oily? You have to when you're at the McDonald's and you're like, yeah, I'll have a double quarter pounder. Ooh. You make it extra oily.
No.
The person at the cash register will be like, what? And also, could you watch this clown for me while I go to the bathroom? That was a bit from Slick Duke. Says, Tiny Eddie, please save us from this story. Herbaceous, oily, nuggets. Did you say everything's better in nugget form? I don't know that that's true. I don't believe that. I don't think that that's entirely a correct situation. I don't agree with that. There are things that need to be a little more
Bite-sized.
We've definitely had this conversation before of, is everything that is bite-sized, can that be considered a nugget? And no. The answer is no, and I'm not traveling back down this road. 300 bits from Sinstar, who says, you can sync 2 runs of Dark Side of the Moon with Wizard of Oz, and it just works. You know, I've always heard that, but but does it? Does it? Or is it just kind of close? I feel like it's like only kind of close. I think I saw a video of it at some point, and it's like it hits like certain beats, but it's not as if the characters are opening their mouth and singing all of the Pink Floyd songs. Anyway, 300 bits from Colin, who just says sugar, which is what I had, or what I wish I had in my coffee this morning, actually.
You wanted sugar in your coffee?
I just want something sweet. It's because I didn't get any food. It's fine. I'll get something after. The Reload gifted a sub too. Go back to bed.
After the story, I need to.
300 from Mind of Crafting Live says, this sound, clown. And 300 bits from Narkitty says, I need some good clown vibes because my mom is going to surgery today. Good vibes. Maybe even just normal vibes. Maybe even not clown vibes. Maybe just normal vibes. I wish your mom well. Not only for the surgery, but also for recovery. Since recovery is the longer part. Surgery, I mean, at least to the person that is, going into surgery, is instant.
Yeah.
To them, they go under and then they wake up and then it's over. But the recovery is the part that really can take a little bit. On that note, Chaz, it's been a week. How are you feeling? Are you doing all right? Are you feeling pretty good? You recovering well? You making some progress? While you answer, have a bean. Put a little bean out into the world. Chaz says, feeling a lot better. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, it takes a little bit. You make
stream squares already?
What? Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Someone said so.
Yeah. You doing it?
I've been busy working on my video.
It's fair. Did a short stream last night. Good. So yeah, these beans are not the new beans because the earliest day that I can do that is the 2nd of the month. So I have not done that yet, but I'll likely have that ready for Thursday. It's likely. It's likely. And as a reminder for anyone who showed up late, we will be doing. I'll be releasing a Patreon video today, and there's a few fun things to talk about. So it's certainly not as drastic as we're moving, because that would be a wild announcement to make
that would
now.
be.
We're definitely not moving, but we'll have some information out. It looks like Pac-Man wants to eat the Patreon logo. Yeah, it does.
It's like
It's the power pellet.
Yeah.
What sound does it? It does. There's no fanfare that plays.
No.
I want to do the fanfare that plays when Mario gets the hammer. But that's not. It's not how it works. It's fine. I did not get Alfredo. I have not gotten Alfredo yet. I woke up the next morning, and fortunately, that the immense desire to eat Alfredo from the Friday stream had subsided a little bit. But I'm not. But I still want to get some because it's been a while. But we have not had a chance to have that specifically yet. It's on my list. It's definitely on my list. I definitely want to. Because I haven't had it in a long time. So. Yeah, and so on So Friday, I know that on anyone that stuck around to the very, very end of the Xenoblade stream on Friday, we had made a tiny announcement that this coming Friday stream would be special. And it is. So that's actually one of the big things that we'll be talking about in the Patreon video is what's happening.
Yeah.
Because there's something special happening.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun weekend. I hope. I mean, I hope it's not going to be It was a dreadful weekend. Everyone had a bad time. We all hate each other now. Yeah, we'll see. It will be Friday stream will be special. It'll be special, and I need to make some adjustments up here in the loft actually. So we will not be playing Pokemon. So my apologies to the Pokemon fans. I did not suspect that we would be missing out on Pokemon 2 weeks in a row, but you know, it happens. It happens. It's fine. 300 from Miami Florence says, please have Alfredo, Steven. It's my favorite sauce, and I cannot eat it anymore because of my IBS. Please eat some on my behalf. Also sugar. I mean, I will. I will. I to be honest, I don't really know what Alfredo does to my body, because I also have IBS.
And you try and do what you want and suffer.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone's experience is different, so who knows? You know, I've had a hard time figuring out what my trigger foods are because it feels like most everything, and as a result, I'm just like, well, if it's most everything, I guess I'm just gonna suffer. But yeah, well, yeah. So I have learned a few that are like, no, corn bad. And it's not that I can't eat it, but like I'm making a big commitment with corn. Yeah, corn. Ooh. I wouldn't say no to like a corn on the, like if I was with a group of people and they're like, we're gonna corn on the cob tonight, I would probably be like, all right. But I'm playing. Yeah, Sassy says you can eat it, but you need to plan the next day. But kind of, yeah, the next day, and then maybe even the next half day they're going to be bad. They're going to be, no. Oh, Lord. Sorry. I'm just remembering when I had corn in Florida with Mark and Rhonda. Oh, my God. I thought about that.
Anyway,
all right, so that's it for...
bathroom talk?
That's it for bathroom talk. I get one every breakfast stream.
No, you don't.
I get what? I just did.
Every other breakfast stream.
So once a week?
Every 5 breakfast
Every
streams.
what? It's just you can't keep changing this on me. This is part of my identity. 3 from Sinstar Man says, so as for this weekend, it's my birth. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's gonna be fun because I'm visiting my brother. Being 21 is gonna be weird. It's a fun time in your life. Honestly, I think the early 20s. The early 20s are fun. There's an amount of time that must pass from like being 18 and the what your assumptions of responsibility are. It takes a few years to get out of that before you get to the point where you're like, oh wait, now I'm starting to grow up, right? And I think 21 is probably good, like, age for that. That we've talked about it before, but that feeling keeps happening. Like, you'll turn 25 and you'll be like, oh my God. Now I'm grown up, and then you'll turn 30 and be like, oh geez, now I'm. So that keeps happening. But I feel like 21 and maybe to a lesser extent 18, like that's where it first starts happening.
Yeah.
Where you first start being very cognizant of like, oh, like things have changed in a major way in my life in the last like 3 to 5 years, and now I feel, a lot different. Jill Day says, I turn 40 next year and I still feel like I need an adult. So my assumption, or at least how I've been experiencing this, is that as time goes on, the gaps of you feeling that way are longer, because for a while it's like, oh, it's been, 2 to 3 years, and like, oh, now I'm feeling older. And then it's been like 3 or 4 years, and you're like, now I'm feeling older. And it's been like 4 or 5 years, you're like, now I'm feeling older. So I presume that you get to a certain point, and it's larger stretches of time. It's like 8 to 10 years of like, okay, I'm looking back, and like things have definitely changed.
I think it's very specific on who it is too, because there's people that we know
yeah.
that are our age that seem more or less adult.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, everyone's got friends who they can look at, and their life experiences or their just general nature has affected like how they experience the world, and I guess like how grown up they seem, right? We've got friends who are older than us who seem, I would say, maybe less adult, and then we've got friends who are younger than us who seem very adult,
Yeah.
It's just, everyone's different. Everyone's different. Vagabond says, just don't think about how old your parents were when they had you, and you're fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. We got 2 months from Storytime with Nivek. Thank you.
Renee, that happened to me last week too.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, there's no way you're 4. And I was like...
You forgot how old you were for a moment.
I know. I was like, I am. She's like, really? I was like, yeah. She's like, you're not 18? I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, you bought the lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lottery got up to $1 billion, and Mal was like, can we get a lottery ticket? And I was like...
Just one.
I was like, we're going to lose. I was like, I understand the concept of you can't win if you don't play. I was like, I just want to...
None of our numbers matched.
I was like, I just told Mal, I was like, I just want you to know that the worst thing you can do is like get in the car and be like, oh, what would we do with with that money? Ooh, think of the cameras. But of course you don't win. But it's like it's $2. So I guess the concept of you can't win if you don't play is fair. Buying one is like, all right, you can buy one. But when Mal went in, the lady questioned if Mal was old enough to buy a lottery ticket. And it's like, yep, I'm almost old enough to buy 2. Yeah, you can buy one at 18, and then by the time you turn 36, you're allowed a second one. So I think that's how that works. Oh, nice.
Coffee.
Sinstar Man says, I expected to lose and got $5. So my question is, did you spend less than $5 to win $5? Like, did you actually come out on top in that situation?
Net 3 or...
Yeah, did you make a few bucks, or did you spend more than $5 and then you spent 5 to get 5? Okay. That's the universe being like, you're off the hook this time. Next time I'm just keeping that. I'm keeping that $5. It's fine. Learned a bit from Caruso says, I'm not usually here in the mornings, but I thought I'd stop in for a clown. Well, welcome. I don't know if you were here, 20 minutes ago?
Give me the bird.
But there was an experience. We went on a journey. We went on a journey.
Yeah.
To the Costco, where it rains fish. Also from Caruso.
We were forced on a journey.
A bird.
Yep.
Little bird. Sparrow on my forehead makes me happy. Is that a sparrow? It looks like a sparrow. Its head, its noggin is way too big, but I guess all of the birds are kind of done in a style of big noggins.
I saw a bluebird this morning on the suet. I was so excited. I love bluebirds.
They're fine. What's your favorite bird?
I don't know.
We want a colorful bird.
I have a soft spot for blue jays because I saw a lot of them growing up at my grandma's house.
Yeah. They're pretty birds. We saw is it a goldfinch?
Yeah.
The yellow
ones?
Yeah. And that was really pretty. And I've only seen one of those since we've been here.
I've seen it a couple times.
Oh, really?
I've seen a few of the
I thought that
females
was pretty.
too, and they're less colorful, which is how it tends to go in birds. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Having a favorite bird implies that birds are real. We do try to imply.
I have been enjoying watching the hummingbirds fight over the feeder.
You just love violence, really.
Well, there's the male, he has the ruby throat, and whenever the females come in to eat, he buzzes and like scares them off, and then they like all fly away. He just waits. I've been watching him. He sits in that.
I do enjoy watching all of the birds not
back.
eat.
And he scares them all off.
I enjoy watching like the animals interact with each other.
There were 4 bunnies in the yard yesterday.
Oh, 4?
There are 4.
Oh, I haven't seen 4 yet. I've seen 3 quite a few times. I haven't seen 4.
Yeah.
Were they all like?
There were like
big?
2. Well, they were like smaller ones. You know the really big one we've seen?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Oh, wow. God, there's so many. They're multiplying, which, I guess they do that. So. Kind of the,
They must
kind
be
of the
breeding
stereotype.
like rabbits.
Yeah, I would, I don't mind having the bunnies around. They can't reach the tomatoes,
No.
so like the tomatoes are safe, and they just love to chill in the backyard and graze, and I'm like, that's fine. I love it. Nearly any time you look out the back door, there's rabbits just in the yard, and it's nice. I haven't minded seeing them.
Have we seen a duck yet?
No, which
Look at the duck.
I guess is not terribly unusual, because we're not. I don't think we're particularly close to a body of water, which I
Not
guess
really.
Yeah, like basically every other place we've lived, we've been like really close to water, and there was always like ducks walking through the yard. But now we don't really have that, so. I will miss ducks to an extent, because I think I like looking at ducks too, but it's nice because I've never lived in a place where I could so easily see rabbits.
Yeah.
We had rabbits at our last place, but like not often. Every once in a while you'd see a rabbit. So it's kind of nice to be like, oh look, rabbits. We had 11 months from Demon Kisu, 34 months at Tier 2, Gold Toast from Grabobly. 500 bits from Crusoe says, more bird then, more bird. Thank you for lighting up the skies. Lighting up the skies with birds.
I do miss seeing the fox squirrels.
Yes, the one that...
I like them so much more than gray squirrels.
Well, they're just unusual. If someone hasn't seen fox squirrels, they
They
look like little...
like sun bears.
Yeah, they look like little bears. The coloration on them is beautiful and unique. Yeah, they're black. And they look like little tiny bears. I do like them. They're actually they're pretty rare too, aren't they? They're not super common. Do I miss the golf players?
They were entertaining.
I mean, to a degree. To a degree. It was fun to occasionally find golf balls in the backyard and then throw them straight back to the green.
I don't know if you noticed, but our neighbor, the one we know his name, our former neighbor, he had like baskets on his back porch.
Yeah.
He had like 4 totally filled with golf balls.
So he just kind of put them in there, collected them as they... I don't think we ever... I guess sometimes birds are on fire. It's fine. It's a firebird. Yeah, we never had enough to fill a bucket over the course of the time we lived there. 300 bits from Crusoe just says, honk. 6 months from Jamajo 012. That's a double plus. 500 from Aldo says, making one last try from Ultras before I have to get back to work.
Give me the bird.
I mean, I think that counts. I think that counts as Moltres. Which is pretty good, considering that, how many birds are in here? Like 60 something? So being like, I hope I get Moltres, and then getting the bird on fire is pretty fantastic, actually.
The hawk is coming for that bird.
I'm coming very slowly for you. 5 months from Guardian Angel 61 and 500 bits from Crusoe, who says more burp. Of course, that burp. This is actually this is the firefighter bird. The firefighter bird's like, I gotta save that bird, but I've just eaten a heavy meal. I was down at the Costco where there was a fish range, so I was taking advantage of the buffet, and now I'm very full and I'm having a hard time getting to that bird. But as soon as I get there, I'm gonna put that fire out. So it's still going. He's almost there.
You've been telling wild stories today.
I have? Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
Multiple.
Are you sure I have? Because, like, I'm not sure that... I think it's been pretty normal. So anyway, that's it. We'll go ahead and wrap up there. Patrons, be on the lookout for a Patreon video today, probably just in a little bit.
My video?
Everyone be on the lookout for Mal's video. Again, if you're not already subscribed to Mal Makes, do so, and then it'll let you know. Maybe. You probably have to hit that bell thing or something. But also just check it here in a little bit, because Mal will get that out soon.
Yeah.
And I do have 2 vlogs scheduled for today as well, so there will be vlogs again today. And I'll try and get some more scheduled for tomorrow and moving into the weekend to the best that I am able to do. But we've been busy.
Yeah.
We've been busy, and I'm sincerely looking forward to getting some stuff up back here, but...
Is disco only tonight?
It's work. No. Oh, let me clarify that. It's next week. I've been told that we are doing it next week. So I assume normal time next week. So yeah, John could not do it today, so we're doing it next week. Yeah. Look forward to that. I have nothing to announce regarding that because I don't think we know yet. But the show is happening next week, unless, of course, it doesn't. But it probably will. It's fine. From Caruso, Mal, if you need help, blink twice.
I think this was all just a dream.
Can't blink if you're not on camera. That's just how it works. Thank you all so much for being here this morning. We will see you on Thursday for another, probably less wild breakfast stream.
I hope so.
Probably.